What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and today we're going to take a look at the Bestech Exploit. This is a Todd knife and tool design. You can see there if the camera will zoom in, and it's probably not going to cooperate with me, but trust me, it's a Todd knife and tool design, as I just get fingerprints all over it. I just wiped this blade down to make this video, and I've already got fingerprints on it. Talk about a fingerprint magnet. This one, some satins are worse than others. This is probably one of the worst for fingerprints. If that's a concern of yours, get the blacked out blade. I believe there's a blacked out blade version of this knife. But that's one of the only complaints I have for this knife, honestly, though. On the bright side, this thing is fantastic, I gotta say. Thank you to Craig for sending this in for me to check out. Greatly appreciate it. This is one that I have thoroughly enjoyed having here. It's great to fidget with. No doubt in my mind it would be fantastic as an EDC knife. With this blade shape, you can do all your EDC tasks. Plus, this is one that where for any reason you ever needed to have self-protection, this one would be a good candidate for that as a folding knife because of that blade shape. Yeah, very mean looking knife in my opinion. Just looks kind of has a tactical kind of look to it and a futuristic kind of look to it. I'm not sure the way they've milled these titanium handles. It's and the way the pocket clip is done, it just looks good. It looks really good in my opinion. I love the way this knife looks. Only thing that, in my opinion, that would make it look better would be a black blade, and that's only when the blade was dirty, though. I think the satin blade actually looks better, but as soon as you even touch this thing, man, just the lightest touch, and yeah, this one's a serious fingerprint magnet. Get some alcohol in the paper towel here. I don't think it's all evaporated yet. Yeah, definitely a fingerprint magnet, no doubt about it. But damn, it's a good-looking fingerprint magnet. Great ergos too, man. Really good ergos. Whether you're back here all the way back, medium-sized hand, a large hand would have no problem with this knife. And with the forward finger choil, man, any large or extra large would be fine with this. And where the jimping is placed right here, when you're back here, it's perfect for your thumb. And when you're up on the finger choil, this jimping right here is perfect for your thumb. But for the front flipper, you got the coarser jimping here on the front flipper, and generally I don't like it, but the way they've done it here, it actually gives you a lot of traction, and the front flipper works excellent. So yeah, generally I wouldn't like that jimping on a front flipper, but in this case it works very well, so can't complain about it. Although I think it probably would be even better with finer jimping like it is down here for your thumb to land on when the blade's deployed. So, because even when you do choke up to the finger choil and put your thumb on this more coarse jimping, it's not very comfortable on your thumb there. To where back here, it's actually it's a lot more comfortable on your thumb, and it's not uncomfortable to use as a front flipper. I just think it would provide even more traction with a finer jimping than they used, but it works fine as it is. So I really shouldn't complain about it, because as you can see, there's no problems deploying the blade with the front flipper. But you know, this is one that surprised me with deployment options, right? Which one I'd like the most? Obviously you can reverse flick it, which is great, and you can do the thumb with the front flip. You can do the knuckle roll. I cannot do the reach around because the blade, I'll show you, it says on the camera, it always comes around and hits me back. It hits my finger before I get my finger out of the way. I'll try to do it without under the camera here. Well, I got it that time, but repeatedly it comes around like that and hits my finger before I get my finger out of the way. So that one doesn't work well for me. Maybe other people are holding it differently, can do it better, but it just doesn't work right for me. But the thumb flick is where it's at on this one. The thumb flick is the best deployment in my opinion on this knife. If I had the one I prefer, I should say. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be best for everyone, but for me, out of the reverse and the front flipper, I don't know, it's close between the front flipper and the thumb flick. Thumb flick, I just get really good traction and leverage using that hole. You do have a fuller there also, so you can reverse flick it from the fuller or thumb flick it from the fuller. Thumb flick it from the fuller is a little bit more difficult, but you got to bend your thumb down pretty far to get to it. So, but yeah, fantastic action on this knife. Fantastic ergonomics on this knife. I'll give you the specs on it real quick. And this one's actually, for what you're getting here, the price is hard to beat on this knife, really, when you look at some other options out there. Overall length 7.95 inches, closed length 4.8 inches, blade length 3.4 inches. Blade thickness is 140 thousandths. CPM S35VN blade steel. Satin finish on the blade. Black washed titanium handles. Titanium frame lock. Weight is 5.04 ounces, right at 5 ounces. And yeah, this knife sells on White Mountain Knives, and they are in stock right now for $238. And if you use someone's discount code, you knock another $24 off of that price. So, $214 for this knife, or $204. No, $214 for this knife is a steal, in my opinion, when you look at some other knives that are priced much more or in the same price range. So let's do some size comparisons real quick. Let's do the AD 20.5. So quite a bit longer than that. This will probably be a closer comparison in size. The Spyderco Yojimbo 2. It's a little bit longer than the Yojimbo 2. Just a hair, not by much. Let's look at the Nimble liner lock, which is one of those that's like $280. $238 without a discount. So, yeah. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you question some things. How about the Benchmade bug out? The QSP Penguin. Some of the regulars there. Most people own one or another of. Let's go ahead and do the Patreon giveaway knife. That video is about to go live very soon, guys. The Tucson TS301, almost identical in length to the Tucson TS301. Another fingerprint magnet, by the way. Let's go ahead and bring out the Vist variant PE2. Somebody's going to win one hell of a knife with this one. Sad to see that one go, actually. Let's go ahead and do the Spyderco Shaman. That's a closer size comparison. It's in there in that range there. And we'll do the pair of 2 and the pair of 3. It's going to be closer to a pair of 2. But we'll do both. Here's the pair of 3. And here's the pair of 2. It's going to be much closer in size to the pair of 2. It's right up there with the pair of 2. So pair of 2 is your size knife. This is probably going to be a good one for you. I personally prefer a PM3 for my hand size, but I really like this knife. I could carry this knife all day with no issue whatsoever. It's not too large for me. And the way the handles and the ergos are, it's actually excellent for my hands. Super comfortable, and you get so much control with that forward finger choil and the jimping. So much control. The action's fantastic. It is on caged ceramic ball bearings and does have a ceramic ball detent. And just Bestech knocked it out of the park with this one. Bestech and Todd Knife and Tool knocked it out of the park with this one. This one is a home run. There are a few different options of this knife. You can get it like this with the black washed handles and the satin blade. There's a heat anodized, like a tiger stripe version with a satin blade. And then there's a White Mountain Knives exclusive that looks super sick. It has a stonewashed titanium handle and edge. It's like all gray looking. It looks really cool. But all of them are $238, which before a 10% discount. So great deal. Great deal. I'll link them down below. I'll link White Mountain Knives down below. And like I said, all 3 are currently in stock. So yeah, this one's hard to beat, guys. Hard to beat deal here for the price. Especially when you look at anything of this quality, this action, these materials. It's hard to find anything like this at that price range. Most of it's closer to that 300 range. And from my experience, and this feels every bit as good as any $300 or $400 knife that I've felt. So really does. This one is not for sale, by the way. This is not in the knife sale, just so you guys are aware. This one is not for sale. This is just sent in for me to check out, and I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. It really makes me want to get the Roxy 3 in hand too. So I am signed up to get the Roxy 3 through the Apex Pass Around group. I'm not sure when it's coming though. Obviously, completely different blade shape, but it's Todd knife and tool, and I think it'd be more of a EDC shape blade shape for me. But this one would be fine as EDC also, and this one would also be good for self-defense purposes, if for any reason you ever needed it. So yeah, big fan. If you guys own one of these, comment below and let me know what you think about it. I really like this knife. I think it's fantastic. I hope to own one in the future. I think I'd probably prefer the Roxy 3 just from aesthetically. Until I get it in hand, I'm not going to say that for sure. But aesthetically, I prefer the look of the Roxy 3. I may feel differently once I get it in hand and feel it, but I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. I hope it comes in before I send this back. That would be awesome to get the two next to each other, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. Fingers crossed it makes it here in time. We shall see. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button for me. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.